So what is the hardest part about socializing and meeting new people? Now, this was a thought that I had today whilst I was on the treadmill in the gym, and I overheard the PT talking to a new member of the gym who was actually asking her, like, what kind of groups and communities are there for her to socialize and join and meet other people. And it kind of sparked this thought of like, what do guys really struggle with when they do want to meet new people? Now, my name is Dan, and this is my channel, That Danxiety Guy, and I tend to help a lot of people with their social anxiety. So if you're new, welcome. Do please subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on stuff. And if you're back, then hopefully this will be something for you. Now, the one thing that I think a lot of guys tend to think about is more the conversation aspect. They think about, with meeting new people, what am I going to say? Am I going to come across cool and okay, or am I going to embarrass myself? Or they've got that fear of rejection and they start overthinking or future projecting. And of course, nothing then tends to materialize. They think so much about the future and interacting with people that nothing tends to happen. Which is kind of really what the issue is that guys just aren't taking action and they're not just doing the thing that scares them. Now, I'll kind of twist or just turn the story a little bit to about 2 months ago. And with me moving to this new area, I was a bit apprehensive about joining a gym again. Now, I'd kind of damaged my back. I hadn't gone to a gym for about a year or so. So I'd completely lost the routine and the habit, it's safe to say, as well as just that strength that I had before. So I remember before signing up to the gym, being like, oh my God, this is going to be such a journey to get back to where I was before. But I knew I'm not going to get to where I was before unless I actually join the gym first. So I made it that mission that night to actually pay for the membership and join. So already now I've put myself in a position where I've taken action and I've kind of moved forward. Even if it's just a little bit, even if I've not actually left the house, I've still kind of like progressed just a little bit further. So then as the weeks were going on, now I was kind of a little bit busy with work, but I sort of struggled here and there to go to the gym. I was like, I've just bought all this new gym clothes, but I can't really do it. I don't know. I feel anxious about going. But what did I do? To force myself into the habit of going, I started putting on my gym clothes. I was like, okay, well, I'm in my gym clothes now. What do I need to do next? So I then forced myself to go and sit in my car. Until eventually I was like, well, I'm in the car now. I should just go and drive there. I know where I'm going. I know what I'm doing. And I did it. And I got there. And when I walked into the gym, it was nerve-wracking that first time. But I felt really proud of myself for at least doing that little micro win to go to a location that I wasn't used to, didn't know what to expect. And I kept it very simple. And I just did a run. And then over the coming months, up until present day, it started off with really no routine whatsoever, very sporadically going to the gym, maybe like once every fortnight or something, but no routine whatsoever. And then I started going a little bit more frequently. So then those once every 2 weeks started turning into maybe like every week and then twice a week, up until kind of what it is now, about 4 times a week. Now, the point that I'm trying to make here is that if you don't at least just take some initial step, you'll find it's going to be very difficult to put yourself out there to socialize and meet new people. So whether it be going to like an event or a class, or you want to take up a hobby, or perhaps, if you're working on the dating side of things, maybe you want to go out and practice cold approaching. Even though cold approaching is actually for everything, it's not just for dating. You can practice your social skills with doing it as well. But whatever it is that you want to do to socialize and meet new people, don't worry about what conversations am I going to have? Am I going to be rejected or anything? You just don't know until you're actually there, until you've actually taken action and you've put yourself in a situation where you can socialize with people. You'll never really know if all of these things that you've been worrying about is even going to happen at all. What if you end up attending a hobby or something that you had an interest in, and actually you go up and start speaking to people and everyone welcomes you, everyone embraces you? Now, I had this conversation with a client who went to Comic-Con up north only last week, and he went over and he took photos with people. Now, his friend was meant to go with him and had cancelled last minute, and he still went on his own. And I commended him for that, for actually not giving up. Most people would have just gone like, oh, well, I've got no one to go with. I just won't go. But he went, and I commended him for that. I was really, really proud that he did that he went somewhere, that he was nervous. He'd never gone to a Comic-Con before. And he said that to me that was something he's absolutely going to be doing again in future. But he went there on his own and he spoke to people. And he got photos with people, with different people in different cosplay outfits and stuff. And he even said to me that next time he goes, he wants to dress in a cosplay outfit because he thinks it would be even more fun and he would be able to get absorbed into groups more. But he went and he did it. He pushed himself into a situation that allowed him to be sociable and an environment that he felt actually very comfortable with, because everyone else was in the exact same boat as him because they had the same interests as him. So starting a conversation, however much he might have felt that he would have been rejected or he had a lot of anxiety and stuff, he did it. And it showed him that by speaking to people who have the same interests as him, if he speaks about that topic, it will be fine. He will have a great conversation with them. So if you're unsure about how to meet new people or socialize, don't worry about what conversations you're going to have. Don't worry about, are you going to get rejected? Go to places and do the things that you want to do and speak to people. Just get started. Just put yourself in those environments and get started. Even for me, going to the gym again, I was nervous about just getting into that routine and going regularly. But you know what made all that difference was at least just putting myself in the gym. Yes, it started off, my times going were all over the place. But the fact that at least I was putting myself in that environment again and again and again, it meant that I took away those worries and concerns that I had, and I just focused on being there and doing what I wanted to do. And the same thing applies with socializing. Don't worry about what am I going to talk about with people. Just go to those places. Go somewhere that's sociable for you. And if you're not a sociable guy, I get it. I totally get it. But just be proud of the fact that you are putting yourself in that environment. Even if you don't speak to anyone, you still left your house, you still traveled to a place and put yourself in a situation where hopefully you will socialize. Now, ideally, I would be saying if you were a client in that situation, I'd be like, look, just speak to one person. If you can do that, if you don't like the event, if you don't like the class, you don't like the group, hobby, whatever, you can leave after that. But I'm really proud that you put yourself in that situation and you did it. And then it's just a matter of frequency after that. And then the more you expose yourself to these locations where people are sociable, where you can practice and develop your social and confidence and your conversation skills, you will get there. Everyone is different, the speed that they do it, but you will get there. You have to trust yourself with it. So I hope this makes sense. Again, put yourself in those situations. The hardest part about socializing and meeting new people is just getting started and putting yourself in the environments where you need to socialize and speak to people. If you can do that, the rest is just an incremental shift as time goes on. And there are other things and exercises that can be done to hone them, to be better with them. But you can't work on these if you don't put yourself into the situations that allow you to become more confident. So like and subscribe. I hope you found this video useful. And until the next video.